Hello. All right. I'm hoping everybody can hear me well. Vadim, let me know if there's any problem with the sound. I'm just gonna tweak my camera. There we go. That's probably better. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Hey guys. So my name is Sadul, and thank you, Vadim, for inviting me here at CGTarian Russia to to talk a little bit. And awesome, Vadim just let me know that everything is good. You guys can hear me, so that's great. All right, so let's get going. So I'm gonna talk to you guys. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit about myself, a little bit background, so you know where I come from and how I got into animation and where I am right now. So I've been in the film industry. Actually, I was in the film industry for about 10 years, and then I just left this year to go into the video game industry because I've been working on my own game. But so how did I start into animation? By the way, Vadim sent me a list of questions that I'm going to definitely go through and try to answer as many as I can. I don't think I'll be able to answer all of them, but I'll try to answer as many as I can. So I was born on an island of the coast of Madagascar in South Africa, of South Africa called Mauritius. And I grew up there for 18 years. And, I grew up with my mom and dad. My mom was an artist and my dad was a mathematician. And so when I graduated, my mom wanted me to be an artist, of course. And my dad was like, no, you're going to be an engineer. So, I went to engineering school after I graduated, and I went to Singapore, and I studied 2 years of engineering, and then I realized that's not what I want to do. So then I left engineering and I moved all the way to the US from Singapore. I moved to the US to go and study illustration. At that time, I didn't really know I wanted to be an animator because I didn't know animation was actually possible. I thought animation was done by angels, that live, far away up there, and animation was not accessible. So I went to study illustration, how to draw comic books. And when I was doing my first few semesters, I met one of my professors there. His name was Mike Gens, and Mike has worked for a decade at Disney. So he worked on The Lion King. He worked on Little Mermaid and Tarzan and Hercules, and so I saw him draw, and I saw him flip his page and see how drawings could move, and I'm like, oh my god, not only can I learn how to draw, but I can learn how to make my drawings move. That was my real introduction to animation. This is where I realized, wow, I can do this. And that was the start for me, and I started working on animation. And when I graduated, I did not do any 3D. It was all 2D animation, all 2D. So when I graduated, my teacher told me, Mike was like, hey, Jalil, you're not going to get a job. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to get a job. What do you mean? I just finished school. He goes, well, 2D is dying, so you need to learn 3D. So that's what I did. I called a couple of my friends that at the time they were working in Texas on a TV show called Jimmy Neutron. I don't know if you guys know the TV show called Jimmy Neutron, but so I called them and I said, hey guys, can you guys teach me Maya? Because I don't know 3D at all. So I fly down to Texas and I stay with them for 2 weeks and I learn how to use Maya. Then after 2 weeks, I go back home and start animating in 3D. I start using everything I know from 2D and I started animating in 3D. And 2 or 3 months later, I got a demo reel ready with all my 2D that I did in school and all my 3D that I did after school. And I sent it out to tons of studios, tons and tons of studios. And finally, I was able to get my first job. I got a lot of interviews. I talked to Blue Sky to work on robots. I was talking to DNA to work on Ant Bully. And then I eventually chose to go to Rhythm and Hues to work on the Chronicles of Narnia, because the Chronicles of Narnia to me was a childhood, epic, book that I was like, I couldn't believe that I would get a chance to actually work on this film. So then I moved to LA and work at Rhythm and Hues for about 2 years. I got to work on the Chronicles of Narnia, Charlotte's Web, Night at the Museum, and Garfield 2. And after 2 years at Rhythm and Hues, I realized I wanted to go somewhere that, where they work on bigger things. Rhythm and Hues, as awesome as it was, at that point, most of their movies were not the big epic ones, and even though Narnia was epic, most of the films that were coming down the line were very much like Alvin and the Chipmunks and more Garfield stuff. It wasn't the I really wanted to go work on Lord of the Rings, something much bigger, and hence, during that time, King Kong came out, and when I saw King Kong, I said, "Oh my God, I want to work on a movie like King Kong." So I applied to Weta, and I got in. So then I flew to New Zealand in 2006. I go to New Zealand and I work at Weta for about 5 years. I was at Weta, and it was, probably one of the best moments of my life. Was at Weta, and very life changing being there, because I got to work on Avatar. I got to work on the Rise of Planet of the Apes. I got to work on the Water Horse. Some really projects that I learned a lot from, and some really, really big projects. And after 5 years, 2011, I leave Weta. And that's the demo reel that you guys can see online. That's my 2010 demo reel, from Avatar and Rise of the Apes and all that stuff. And but the reason I left Weta was because I really wanted to go and work on feature animation. That was my dream, and DreamWorks was the place I wanted to go. I've never wanted to go to Disney or Pixar, even though they are amazing companies. I've never really wanted. I don't know why. For me, it's always been DreamWorks for some reason. Maybe I was just scared. I could have been scared of not being able to do it at Pixar or Disney. That could be one of the reasons. So I figured DreamWorks is the lesser of the three. That's what I thought at the time. It's not quite that, even though sometimes it is. But I applied at DreamWorks, and I also applied at Pixar, and I also applied at Blizzard at that time, and I got an offer from all three companies, and I chose DreamWorks. So I moved to DreamWorks in 2011, and I worked there until this year, 2015. So I was there for about 4 years, and I got to work on How to Train Your Dragon 2, Rise of the Guardians, on another movie that got canceled called Boo, and very little bit on Home. And it was an amazing experience. Definitely, what I was expecting and looking for. I really wanted to touch something features, touch a big movie, and Dragons 2 was definitely one of these movies that changed me and wrapped up my career in such a good way. And so I'm going to show you guys. Actually, I'm going to show you guys my demo reel right now from DreamWorks. This is not what you guys have seen online. This is not online. My demo reel from Weta is online, but I have not put this one online yet. This is my demo reel from DreamWorks Animation. Hopefully, it'll work. So Vadim just told me that there is no sound right now on the demo. I wonder why there is no sound. Let me give me 1 second here. Let me just try to figure this out. Maybe if I play it here, you'll get sound. Maybe that'll be better. All right, let me share this screen. Okay, do you guys have sound here? Vadim, let me know if there's any sound. No sound. Ah, that's why. Is there sound right now? Oh, no sound. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. I think I just turned on my sound, so that should work. System audio. I think that should work. I don't think I added my mic is in there. All right, maybe this will work. Let's just try this. Maybe now. All right, let's move without sound, Vadim is saying. So we go. Cool. So that was, sorry about the technical issue there, guys. I was trying to get the sound to work because I wanted to talk about a few shots where there is sound to actually show the dialogue, but I don't think we'll be able to do that because the sound is not working. So we won't do it. All right. So let's keep moving. All right. So that was my time at DreamWorks, where I got to do, a lot more what I dreamt of. It looks like my computer is frozen now. What is going on? Let's see. Is my screen frozen? Can you guys hear me? Let me do that again. Oh, my camera is frozen all of a sudden. Hello? 1 second. No. Am I still moving on camera, Vadim? I'm not sure because I feel like everything is just stuck. Oh, you guys can hear me, but you guys can't see me, huh? All right, what is going on here? Yeah, my camera is frozen. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me try and figure this out. Let me just stop broadcasting for a second, guys, and I'm going to be right back.